Now another soil physical property is soil texture. So we all know that soil structure. What is definition of the soil structure? It is relative proportion of the particles of the various size in given soil, or we can say that it is relative percentage of the soil separates. We also can say the relative percent of the sand, silt, and clay particle in the soils. So this is soil texture. So natural soil are made up of the soil particle of the various size, that is soil minerals 45%. Texture is an important soil characteristic because it will partly determine the water intake rate, means absorption, water storage capacity of the soil, then the ease of tillage operation, aeration status, and all together in greatly influence the soil fertility. So soil texture is the relative proportion of the soil particles, or we can say the soil separate in given soil. So here there is three particles: sand, silt, and clay, which contribute to soil structure. Core sandy soil. Now the coarse sandy soil is easy to cultivate, has enough aeration for good root growth, easily get wetted, but also dried rapidly and easily lose plant nutrient through leaching. So pore sand having the big size, pore space, so percolation is high, leaching capacity is high, so it not hold these nutrient or it not hold the water or the moisture, so plant easily leach down, plant nutrient is easily leached down. Where clay particles, if the soil having the more than 35% of the clay, then we can say it is clay soil. Small particle is there, so it fit tightly together, leaving very little pore space with the which permit very little room for the water to flow into the soil. So there is a capillary is formed between the soil particles. The condition make soil difficult to wet, drain, and till. So this the clay soil is when we applied the soil. So the applied the water to the soil, then it easily hold this water, easily not leached down. The drainage capacity of that clay soil is very low, and on the drying we can easily not cultivated that clay soil. Soil texture is a basic property of the soil and it cannot be altered or changed like plowing or puddling, but can be improved through the addition of the organic matter like FIM, tank, and silk. So soil texture we cannot alter and change, but we can improve by addition of these different amendments. Texture classes. The texture name are given to soil based upon the relative proportion of each of three separate sand, silt, and clay. Three broad and functional group of the soil structural classes: sandy, the soil which have the more amount of the soil sand separate, that is more than 70%, and material by weight, loam, and an ideal loam soil may be defined as the mixture of the sand, silt, and clay particle which exhibit light and heavy property in about equal proportion. So in many books the definition is given like this: equal amount of the sand, silt, and clay present in the soil, it is called loam soil, but it is not like that. The loam doesn't contain the equal percent of the sand, silt, and clay separate. It does not. It does, however, exhibit the approximately equal properties of the sand, silt, and clay. So that is important. What is loam? The loam soil which exhibits light and heavy properties in equal proportion. So in the loam soil, the uh, water holding capacity is not much high, or very not much high as like the clay particles, as much no less like these sand particle, but it has the intermediate all the properties of the and we can say this it has the intermediate between these all physical properties which is exhibit in sandy soil and clay soil. The texture triangles. Uh, so on the basis of the texture triangle, we all name the different soil. Is used to determine the soil textural name after the performing mechanical analysis in the laboratory. Based on the proportion of the sand, silt, and clay particle, classification was made and standardized into 12 classes as shown in the triangular diagram. This triangular diagram is known as a USDA soil texture triangle. The 12 classes are as follow: sand, silt, clay, loamy sand, clay silty, sandy clay, clay loam, loamy sand, sandy loam, silty loam, sandy clay loam, and silty clay loam. So this is textural diagram. Okay. So here, so that is a way to this use the textural diagram. So here sand particles 0 to 100, then clay particles from 0 to 100, and silt 0 to 100. So to determine or to found these classes of this soil, first we have to do the mechanical analysis, and then on the basis of the three soil separate we can find the class. So suppose here the sand is 60%, then here we found the 60% here. Okay, so draw the parallel line to the silt. So this line is there here, and clay 10, so it is parallel to the sandy, and silt parallel to clay soil, uh, clay size. So by this way, when we draw the parallel line and this common point is fall under which classes, then we can know that this the soil is that particular classes. Now another method is fill method. So this is very simplest techniques, and all you need a bottle of water, a rule of texture flow chart. Each soil separate has distinct texture that you can distinguish by the touch. Sand feel gritty, and you can see individual grain with the naked eye. Silt feel like smooth, uh, almost like the silky, but you can only see individual particle under microscope. Clay is the smallest particles, so when it is wet, it feel like the sticky and can easily molded into long ribbon. So by this way, this is the fill method. Take a soil in a hand and try to make a ball with enough water. So first uh, we try to make a ball with the little water. If it is ball not formed, then it probably sandy soil is there, or we can say the more amount of sand present in the soil. If ball is formed, then hold the soil ball between the thumb and forefinger and try to make a ribbon. So first take the ball. If it is ball is formed, then do the second part, and if ball is not formed, then the high amount of the sand present in the soil. If ball is formed, then try to make a ribbon. If ribbon is not formed, then the loamy sand is there. If ribbon is formed, then hold the soil ball between the thumb and forefinger and try to make ribbon. If ribbon is formed, then the more amount of this clay present in the soil. So if gritty field, then this may be the probability. If smooth and silky field, then this probability is there. Neither gritty nor smooth, then this loam, clay loam and clay may be there.